All right, good morning, folks. Well, early afternoon. I'm getting ready to go out and do a little bit of work today. But I wanted to touch base on Ernie Shell. Hopefully, he's getting the help that he needs, the medication. Maybe he's been taking medication for so long and it finally built up in his system and caused maybe delusions or whatever. And that's what I keep telling people. Uh, when it comes to psychotic drugs like that, you're only supposed to take them for so long, and then you're supposed to come off of them for a little while, and then you go back on them. Then you can't be on them for a long uh, a long point of time. It does more damage than anything. At first, it helps you, but then after the drug builds up in your system, liver, kidneys, and your whole organs and everything, it can do a number on you. You know, but we're all hoping he gets the help he needs. Uh, now when it comes to all the lies and pranks that are being played in the Summer Wells case, it's normal now. If people can't figure out that they're trying to hide something, something is not right in the Summer Wells case. uh there's no help for that case. you know you got people, you know supposedly calling saying Candace was gonna hurt herself. You got, I mean, look at all the lies and the games that they played, uh, months after the, they came up, Don owed 50 grand to a cartel. Then they were mafia. And, if folks can't figure out that they were all taken for a ride, and it's a big group of them, it ain't just one person, it's a big group of them. Maybe they were, some people were saying, we think maybe they were a drug cartel, and heat got on them, and they created this to try and throw everybody off of what was going on. They're all, my opinion, all the people that are investigating the case on these big crime channels, uh, you know, eh, my opinion might be uh, on things they shouldn't be on or something. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, the only one suffering out of this whole thing is little Summer Wells. Nobody else. You know, little Summer Wells, all the money they've been bringing in, the Ernie Shells and all the rest of them. Well, it's no wonder they're probably using it for drugs or whatever. No, I don't know that to be, set in stone, but um, it don't look good. It's a battle amongst. It's like gang war. It's like drug wars or whatever. Uh, it's just a ball of evil. So I am waiting. The mulch is supposed to be there pretty soon. And then I'm going to go, excuse me. I had to blow my nose there. I fell asleep with the air conditioner on last night, woke up, and it was that hot cold going into hot, then coming into cold. But it turned into a mess, I'll tell you that much. It just turned into a mess. The people that are trying to solved the case have now become suspects in some of these channels and everything. Uh, you know, now everybody's talking about, well, Ernie Shell, he's psychotic and he's uh, psychosis and all this. Well, maybe so. But here's the thing: they're trying to say, and I've been watching a lot of these channels. A lot of these channels are trying to say, well, he's delusional. He's going around telling people his phone's hacked. Well, I got news for you, folks. Uh, Cell phones do get hacked. Computers get hacked. It happened to me. So that he might be telling the truth on some of that stuff. It might be actually some of these crime channels. I've been in a lot of them, and some of them are very good at what they do with computers and stuff. It very well could be somebody was hacking them. We don't know that. A lot of people are making fun of, well, he's running around saying someone hacked his phone and his phone. Well, it could have been. People are acting like, no, they're trying to make it sound like if you say your computer was hacked or your phone, that you're crazy. And I don't agree with that. Cell phones do get hacked. That, they do get hacked. Computers do get hacked. Proven fact, folks. For them to turn around and say, well, see, he's saying his computer's hacked, his psychosis. No. I'm not saying he's got psychosis because of that. I'm saying he got psychosis because he says he works for the FBI or the dog, the bounty hunter, or whatever. That, not his computer's hacked or his phone's hacked. No, because them are things that happen every single day in our world. And they want you to think that it's impossible. This just don't happen in America. And they're liars. Happens every day, every second. Somebody's phone or computer or iPad or something gets hacked. Why do you think our government's on there saying we think it's this country or whatever, or these people are they're hacking the internet system and phones for data and information? It happens. So you can't say just because he thinks someone hacked his phone or his computer that he's nuts, because that does actually happen. So, yeah, it's turned into it's unreal, And you know what I'm starting to find out? Some of these crime channels are acting like they're cartels, gangs, whatever you want to call it. And some people, I can understand what some people are saying. Something fishy's going up. Sure it is. Sure it is. Some people saying they don't want to find Summer because then the money stops. Then they got no content. That's true too. Now, I'm not going to say Ernie Shell's psychotic because his phone's hacked or his computer, he was saying, or whatever, or people were following him. It very well might be, folks. They lured 2 girls to their deaths with fake accounts, the internet, out in Delphi. So, is it possible Ernie Shell might have been hacked? Sure is. But I'm not disagreeing with Mr. Shell on that. I'm disagreeing with Mr. Shell on the way he looks, his eyeballs, his blank stare, his whole thing that he works. He knows the dog. He knows all these superstars and everything. But that's part of entertainment on YouTube. That's his whole spiel. That's his whole thing. That's what he does. Most of these creators do, it's entertainment. But you can get lost in that entertainment and not find your way out. So keep that in mind. And like I said, find Summer Wells, and she will tell us everything we need to know about what happened to her. Same thing with the Delphi murders uh, of Abby and Libby. We don't know what happened to them. The police never released any photos. They released 39 seconds of a video, which there's more. There's 39 minutes on that video supposedly, from what they first said when that case broke on social media. Uh, we don't know what happened. We don't have the proof because we don't have the phone video. We don't have uh, crime scene photos, and we don't have that stuff. So we don't know. We're going off of people's uh, opinion and the police, which the police could be lying about everything to try and throw off the killers or whatever. Good God, the Delphi case. There's some people that think the police were involved for real, and it was a cover up or something. So you gotta be safe. And hey, you folks that are taking medication for psychosis, schizophrenia, anything to do with mental illness, I'm not here to bash you. Be safe. Take your medication the way you're supposed to take it. But also, if you're on it for 5-6 years or whatever, talk to your doctor. You might, if you're experiencing things that you didn't the first couple years, then talk to your doctor. You might have to come off of it. It does build up in your system after so long. It did with mine. It shut down everything. I couldn't even sit here at night. My arm would be going like this as I was watching TV. I was having muscle spasms and everything. And you know what the doctors and everybody said? Just keep taking your medicine. I'm like, something's wrong. See, they're not going to tell you not to take your medicine because they're getting paid to push that medicine off on you by big pharma and everything. So be safe. That's all I could say. That's it. That's all I could say is be safe. Take your medication. But if you start acting crazy or not feeling right, your body and stuff, then go to your doctor and make sure. Ernie Shell could be taking meds and hasn't told anybody. It's private. They look down on people that have had sicknesses and stuff. And it finally built up in his system and caused the psychosis. So be safe. That's all I can say. Hey, I'm not here to bash Ernie Shell. Not at all. I'm not here to bash these other creators. But it's almost like they're going out of their way to make Ernie Shell and the rest of these people go crazy. Hold on a minute. My phone's ringing. Hello? Yeah. Okay, I'll be down. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, okay, I'm gonna start in the flower beds. Yeah, I will. All right, bye. All right, I got to go do some work, but I'm gonna end this here in a couple minutes, about 10 minutes here. I'm gonna finish explaining that. Like I said, we don't know Ernie Shell's life. I don't pry into people's lives. Ernie Shell might have been on already medication for a problem he's had. Ernie Shell might have finally broke. Maybe Ernie Shell wasn't the person that he said he was, and he was a bad boy. And he finally snapped with all the stuff maybe that he knows or went through in his life. I don't know. And I'm seeing some other creators starting to turn out like that. And what do I comment? It's time for a break. Take a break from this stuff and get right with yourself. So, and believe me, this YouTube crap, these people getting harassed, and people, I know we've tracked down a lot of them. These folks come into our chat. They haven't made a video. They've been on YouTube for a long time. They don't make any content. They're not on here to make content. They're pit bulls for these other creators, gang bangers, mafiosos that watch their channels and attack people. And I've been in chats and I've told these people, hey, back off. We're concerned that maybe some of these people that are involved in the Summer Wells case and other cases can't handle it and they're going to snap. And they get pissed off at me. Come on, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you, folks. I wish I was kidding you, but they're really going to be cracking down on you, folks. When you go to a chat and you look and so you get attacked by somebody and you look for their YouTube channel and all it is a channel, no content at all. They're not YouTube creators. They're pit bulls, hitmen, bodyguard, whatever they are for other people, other channels. So be safe. Was Ernie Shell pushed? No, Ernie Shell was already over the edge. He was already over the edge. I'm dealing with these idiots myself. They got a lot of money. They think they're safe. They ain't safe. They think they got big names, big YouTube channels, big deal. They've been bullying people for a long time. They've been throwing their weight around. They've been using the police to do their dirty work. They've been doing a lot of bad things, folks. And we're watching them. Even Doug Carter in the Delphi case said we're watching them and they're watching us. They are. So, like I said, be safe. We're praying for Ernie Shell. We hope he gets the help he needs. Do I believe maybe Ernie Shell's phone was hacked? Maybe. That happens every day, folks. Do I think maybe he was saying his computer was hacked and it shut down or whatever? Yeah, I believe it. Happens every day, folks. Happens every day. For them people to turn around and say, well, see, he's saying his phone's hacked and his computer's hacked and look at it, sounds like psychosis. No, it don't. That don't. No. The way he's acting with all this stuff that he knows, all these superstars and all this and that. He's working with the FBI, he's undercover and all this. That's psychosis. Not his phone is hacked or his computer's hacked, because it happens every day. Or the government wouldn't be on the news or on the TV or on YouTube saying, right, we got a problem. Some other countries trying to hack our citizens and our government. These people, they're looking for anything. I've been in chats before where I did mention, hey, I'm worried about these YouTube creators hurting themselves or somebody. And they got pissed at me and attacked me. So, no, that wasn't Ralph. No, it wasn't part of my skit. I got some work to do today for a lady. She ordered a bunch of mulch, so I got to put some mulch down. Hey, I'll make a couple bucks. I'll make $20 or whatever to put in my pocket. And she's a family friend, and so I'm helping them. They're helping me with putting a couple dollars in my pocket. And, when you're on disability, folks, you don't make $1 million a month. People. You hear them little birds chirping out there? They are all over my bird feeder today. Good morning, Miss Olson. How you doing? Did you get that rain yesterday? My weather radio went off again, saying something about storm or a chance of storms. So you got to be safe, folks. Let let Ernie Shell be. Let him get the help he needs, whether it be psychosis, schizophrenia, an STD. It could be something as simple as an STD. And where they live is not clean water. He could have a parasite in his brain causing this delusion. A parasite. People are like, you're an idiot. No, I'm not. A parasite will make you lose your mind. Do you folks know what a parasite is? Swimming in a lake out there, you can get a parasite. Drinking water, unfiltered water, you can get a parasite. If you set a bottle of water out in the sun for so long and it gets warm, it will create the parasites that are in it if it hasn't been purified, boiled first. He could have a parasite. We don't know. He could be ODing on medication for schizophrenia or whatever, and it's causing this. Which I made a video yesterday about that. We don't know. Let him get the help he needs. Excuse me. And let him let him take care of his thing. Let the doctors do their jobs. But like I said, the hunt continues for these people that are on YouTube. The army is getting bigger and we're hunting these people down. They're fake. They ain't got no content. Their main job is they opened up a YouTube channel so they can go ahead and work for another creator or just commit havoc and evilness. So like I said, our YouTube military grows every day. And soon enough, we won't have to worry about it, computer generated. No, we'll watch these idiots. So, you don't know until you walked in Ernie Shell's shoes. Ernie might have been on that medication for a long time and it finally built up in his system and shut everything down and he's gone nuts. I've been there before, Mr. Shell. I've lost everything I had, man. Everything. So depressed. It was unbelievable. Couldn't see nobody, couldn't be around anybody, couldn't talk to the kids, lost the house, the car, the dogs, the race cars, the beautiful 1986 IROC T-tops, ship kit, chip in it. It was a beautiful car, like 79 Trans Am, T-tops. I worked for it with these hands, never stole nothing. And when you lose something like that, even a woman, it can send you over the edge. It can send you over the edge. We're not sure. Let the doctors do their job with Ernie Show. Is Ralphie Blue Bendejo? Who knows? Who knows? That's the problem with the world today. It's YouTube is screwed, and they finally realized it. And yeah, there are people saying, "Oh yeah, they can be held liable for it, no doubt." And that's like Elon was saying, "I'm not buying Twitter, whatever it is, because we're not sure if even half of the accounts are real. They're fake accounts. They might be real accounts, but they're bad people. They could be computer generated or whatever." Same thing with YouTube. Whoever bought YouTube's got a job to do to clean it up. You can't be on YouTube without having real stuff. But that's the whole problem. You can get on YouTube and steal someone's photo, and next thing you know, they're on your live chat with your photo and your name. So yeah, it's pretty screwed up, like I said. And if you notice, the main people in the Summer Wells case, they're all druggies or ex-druggies. And I'm not talking cannabis. I'm talking, heavy drugs, injection and all that, and snorting all kinds of crap. And, so take that in consideration, folks. Where some of us are starting to think, I think the people that were involved in the Summer case might have created these channels just to try and cover their tracks. Well, I'm a crime channel, shooting drugs or doing this or doing that, and it's really getting bad. I feel sorry for some of the ladies that got wrapped up into this. Why did somebody pull a prank and say Candace was going to kill herself? That's what we're seeing in this case from day one with Candace, with Don Wells, with most of these creators that know them, that have gone to their house, that have been around them. They created this madness. All I'm trying to do is save their lives. One at a time. Mr. Shell, we got to you. Let the doctors do their job. Take the medication they give you. And when you get out of the hospital, if you're going to go on YouTube, say, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm taking a break, and that's it. You can live off of the videos you made and the income you get from the Snapchat, chitty chat, bang bangs, or whatever you folks call them. I have no idea. So, if you get back on YouTube and you start acting like a fool again, next time they will lock you up in a straitjacket in a little rubber room and give you medication where you'll be in the corner going slobbering, and they'll need someone there to wipe the slobber off your mouth. So once again, I got nothing against Mr. Shell. He's a great creator. He's an actor. He's all kinds of stuff. But if you don't get a handle on it, folks, you will get lost in a world, in a fantasy. And that's when people get hurt or people hurt themselves. And have I seen some of these creators trying to push these people over the edge? Yes. Sure have. Deliberately. It's only the strong survives on YouTube, just like the real streets. Just like the real streets, folks. So you ladies out there, be safe. You dudes, be safe. We don't know what happened to Summer Wells, but we got a good idea. We don't know what happened with Abby and Libby in the Delphi case, but we got a pretty good idea. Some of these YouTube channels, I think, were created to divert us from the truth. Goldie Olson, I don't know. He might be one of my mods. I don't know. I got to check and see if I got any mods left. But I got some work to do. Now, remember, I'm not bashing Ernie Shell for his mental problems. Not at all. uh, or any of the ladies or anybody. Not at all. I'm not bashing these people at all. He needs help. Finally, he's getting help. I can't say that about some other creators. Some other creators on this case are so wrapped up in lies and drugs and manipulation. We can't save them. I've asked some other creators, can we save them? I know what they're doing is mad. I know what's going on is wrong, but can we save them? And they're like, we can't save them. They're too far gone. They've created too much trouble for themselves. They've attacked too many people. So, all this witchery, sorcery crap on YouTube, it's this, it's that. We don't know what it is. But like I said, the YouTube military gets bigger each day, and we're watching them. Do I believe maybe Mr. Shell's phone was hacked? Possibly. His computer? Possibly. It could have been a creator. Could have been someone that had a grudge. Could have been the government tracking them. Them phones you folks walk around with, everything you do on them ain't yours. Belongs to Google servers. Every app that you folks have on them phones don't belong to you. Belongs to the servers that you use. Belongs to Google and all the apps that you got on your computer. People are like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, do your research, boys, ladies. You don't own nothing but that device, the phone. All the stuff that is in it, you don't own. Soon you will see that some of us know what we're talking about. Why? Because we've been there. We've been there, so we know. I've been down in the dumps like Mr. Shell and some of these creators. And when you try and be nice and say, hey, it's time for a break, when you say, hey, dude, it's time for a break, or, the way you're talking. I was watching Upchurch one night, and the way Upchurch was talking, I'm like, someone get a hold of his camp or his handlers and tell him he needs a break. He's walking around with a gun, talking about voices in his head and pulling guns out, and he's worried about he might shoot somebody, and people are following him in his car and everything, And I got attacked for that. And I'm just like, hey, I've been there with this stuff. When you start talking about you go inside your own head to escape, but then you hear voices in your head, like Upchurch was talking on his boat. I was like, get a hold of his handlers. See, they don't care if he loses everything because they'll make money off of it. Now I'm going to have this cup of coffee, and then I'm going to go spread some mulch for a lady and her husband. And then probably here in a couple days, I got to cut grass all over again. Like I said, I don't make that much money. If you're on disability, you're only allowed to make so much money before you have to claim it. And I'm pretty good with Social Security or that card that they just gave us with, what is it? The food card or whatever that the government gave to everybody, or I don't know what it's called. But you know, I call them and I call Social Security and I always ask, what are the laws? And they'll tell you you're only allowed to have this amount of money in the bank. You're only allowed to have make this much money a month before you have to claim it. And then if you make too much money, we got to readjust your Social Security or your disability. And so I asked the laws, how much am I allowed to make a month, without having to monkey with everything. And they told me, I said, okay, you know, uh, and you know what? The food card that they gave us, some of the people that are low income, they gave us this card, and you know what they asked me? You know what they said? You ain't going to use this card and the food to sell drugs. I started laughing. I'm like, what? They're like, you're not going to, you can't be selling your food stamps for drugs. I'm like, no, ma'am. Usually we eat food. You mean people trade food for drugs? And she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, no, I don't think I'll be doing that. She's like, I didn't think you would be. You don't seem like that type. I'm like, no, ma'am. No, I don't think so. But does it happen? Yes. You can't work the system, Ralph. I don't know who keeps telling you that. You can't work the system. If you have a psychosis, the doctors will be able to tell within your blood work. If you just the way you look, they'll be able to tell that there's something mentally wrong. The chemistry is off. You can't fool the system. When I got on disability, they sent me to 3, 4 doctors that they went through and examined me, blood work, test. It was unreal. I could not believe it. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. There are some that do, but eventually the doctors catch on to it, and you know. But you can't beat the system, especially Social Security or anything. If you have a disability, them doctors will come out and they will say you got a problem. Whether it be a concussion that you had at a young age, it's finally taken effect, or all the drugs these people do finally have taken effect and caused a psychosis. Uh, Even alcoholics that drink a lot succumb to it. The doctors, if there is something wrong with Ernie Shell, the doctors will be able to tell within his blood work and the way he looks. They'll be able to tell if he's really a psychotic, schizophrenic, or he's psychosis is brought on by meth or LSD, mushrooms. And I'm starting to see some other channels become bullies. And just because you ask a question as simple as, can you guys ease off? I think maybe some of these creators are on the brink of hurting themselves, or some of them that are famous, like Upchurch or whatever, are on the brink of maybe hurting themselves or hurting somebody, and they kick you out of their chat. And then you sit back and listen to their chat, and then you hear these people in the chat say, well, I got rid of him. That's the difference between me and him. I shoot first. I really do shoot. That's what people were saying in that chat that they booted me out of. You know, them are the people we're looking for. People like that are moderators that are just using their power, and then they turn around and say, well, that's the difference between I really shoot, uh, yeah, god dang Southern cornbread mafias and everything. They were dead the day they said that. They were dead the day they blamed it on the mafia. That was the most stupidest thing they could have ever done, was blame the mafia, the Mexican mafia and the Italian mafia, that these kids have come up missing or whatever in these channels. That was the most stupidest thing they could have ever said or done. Uh, they marked their own selves by saying that. That was just stupidity. That was just plain stupidity. The Italian mafia did not kill these little girls. There's rules with the Italians. They don't kill little girls. And I know it wasn't the Mexican mafia. That's bad business for them. If word got out that they were killing people's kids, no one would deal with them. It wasn't any of them. It was a bunch of these Southern boys or women or whatever down there, down south or whatever it is, this cornbread mafia that they created, which there is no cornbread mafia. There's boys in the hills, men in the hills. Yeah, that's always been like that in the South. But this whole cornbread mafia crap, they screwed themselves. Nobody else. Nobody screwed Don Wells but Don Wells. Nobody screwed Candace and the rest of their friends that have been down there. Photos. Now they're looking for this one young lady that was in a photo with 3 or 4 other creators that are all now under suspicion of snorting drugs. Why they're on camera live. One of them forgot to hit the mute button and, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These are the people. It's a front. YouTube and these crime channels have become a front. They send these hit dudes, these into our chat rooms, these people to cause trouble, to try and scare us. And I'm like, nah, I'm not too scared. It's obvious you folks don't know where I'm from or know me. I'm not too scared. And my God, they're a gang, they're a mafia. All right. Where are we burying them and how many we got to get rid of? Do I need to call the Pentagon and Congress and let them know we're going to be operating in this area? Have the body bags ready. I can play their games that they play with us, but they always get pissed when we get the better half of them. Then I'm like, God, you went real. Yeah, well, when it comes to kids missing and you luring our children to their deaths and a bunch of drug-filled gang-banging, it ain't the blacks. Now they're going to blame the African Americans. It was the Crips. Are you kidding me? It was the Bloods. I wouldn't be blaming them boys. The Crips and the Bloods don't play games like that. Yeah, honestly, they screwed themselves. Nobody else, folks. They screwed themselves. I'm going through the same thing with the Delphi case. It's the Bloods, it's the Crips, it's a biker gang, it's the Italian mafia, it's the mafia. No, it wasn't none of that. It was a bunch of idiots that got caught, and they just tried to blame anybody to try and throw people off. And I do believe if they ask me, if the professionals ask me, what do you think? I think some of these YouTube channels were put in to divert us, throw us off, maybe lure us to try and take us out because we were too close to the truth. Now, I got to go. I do want to say, Miss Olson, have a beautiful day. Thanks for stopping in. And everybody is welcome here. Hey, Ralph, I hope you're not using Ralph. You know, I subbed to Almost Human. His real name is Ralph. Is that Rachel or Rathel? Rathel? I don't know. But, anyways, I do want to give a shout out to Almost Human, Ralph, his channel. Great channel, man. The dude reviews all these records, all these bands. Great channel. You know, great channel. He reviews them. He goes through them all. He picks up what songs he likes, what he don't. You know, Ralph, say hello to Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons from Kiss. Say hello to them for me. Been a long time. Yeah, I'm still alive, man. Yeah, my life was ran through the ringer. Yeah, I lost everything. Yeah, I was on medication myself. That's how I know that if you're on medication for so long, it does more damage and it causes psychosis. So you got to come off of it for a while. And always remember, it's in your mind, okay? You got to keep your wits about yourself. You got to, if you have psychosis or schizophrenia, you got to remember that it's in your mind. Unless you can actually feel the pain, if you think someone's attacking you, but you're not feeling no pain or nothing, then it's in your mind, folks. But if someone comes at you and you start feeling pain or getting hit, that's real. Then you have to defend yourself. Now we got to backtrack all Ernie's steps, everywhere Ernie has been. Why? Because Ernie might have lost his mind and hurt somebody and not even known that he hurt anybody with his psychosis that they're saying he has. So now we got to backtrack everywhere he's been to make sure there ain't nobody missing and no dead bodies. And that is true. Ernie could have snapped the medication if he was on medication and snapped and hurt somebody and not even known it. You know, not even known it. Came out of it and don't even remember what he did. All right, I got to go. That lady's called and the mulch showed up there. So I got to go work for a couple hours, make a few bucks. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather today. The weather alarm already went off here. And once again, Mr. Shell, I'm glad you're getting help. Most of these people aren't going to get the help they need because they think everybody's crazy and they're fine. I'm glad Mr. Shell is getting the help he needs. I'm glad Anthony Greeno is supposedly in jail doing his time. He was another one that had problems. He should be revaluated or whatever they call it. But you know what? He's getting his life back. He's in jail, starting his life all over. You know, hopefully he gets help. You know, what can I say? That's about it, folks. I don't wish no harm on nobody. I've been there. I know what it means to get your brains beat in. I've had it happen to me. I know what it means to get jumped or beat on or whatever, or used or whatever. It's happened to me. And you can't talk about it unless you've been there, folks. You know, unless you've seen bad things happen on the streets to people and to the world, you can't talk about it. Make sure you have your safety glasses on. And like I said, we're starting to believe that some of these folks are telling the truth. Might be the devil, might be his henchmen, whatever. We got plans for them too. We're watching. We're watching. Everybody that was buddies with Greeno is being watched. Anybody that has communicated with Greeno is being watched. Keegan Klein, Kirks, all of them down there. Tony, all these dudes that supposedly Chad Wells and all them that was supposedly quoted out of their own mouths on videos that they belong to some gang, some club, biker club or gang or whatever. They're all being watched. They screwed themselves, nobody else. And don't come into people's chats and attack them like the Sean Harmons, the Greenos. If you didn't agree with their story, they attacked us. All because we didn't agree with their stories. People putting out my phone number. My phone rings 24/7. People attacking me in my chats and other chats. I've seen people getting attacked in other chats. It's just not right. It ain't good. And it actually makes them look guilty. It really does. If you're sitting back and you're a real investigator, you're like, they're attacking these people for some reason. Either they're hiding something or them themselves are under some kind of psychosis or something. We don't know. But I would check Mr. Shell for a parasite. He might have a parasite in his brain. COVID might be a parasite, a simple parasite. Well, I shouldn't have said that. Cancel that. You're not allowed to talk about things. I can't believe it. Now I got to take this video down because they'll strike me because of community guidelines. Can you believe what we're going through? Reminds me of my grandpappy talking about the war, how people were brutally hurt and silenced. You couldn't talk about nothing. You couldn't talk about nothing. People silencing you. No. Unreal. So be safe. They keep threatening with stuff. And, finally, the government is on our side. And they're like, don't worry about it. We're hip to it now. We'll handle the gangbangers, the goons, we'll handle these guys. You just keep making the videos and speaking the truth. So, like I said, be safe, keep an eye on each other, and Ernie Shell, we hope you get better. Anthony Greeno, we hope you get better and change your lives. And when you get out, don't be snorting that crap or whatever they were doing or whatever, And remember, folks, fake paperwork is real. People are like, that just don't happen. Oh, it happens every day. Fake police warrants, fake paperwork, fake lawsuits, fake paperwork. And we can prove that. Fraudulent paperwork. We've caught police officers making false accusations. We've caught judges making false warrants because somebody had a grudge against somebody. It happens every day. The system's broke. The only way to fix the system is, well, I can't tell you that because I'd be giving you all the goodies. But I got to go and do some work. You folks have a good day. Be safe. No, I'm not looking for, they want me to look for these people and prosecute these people and condemn them and crucify them for saying women are beautiful or, yanking the baloney or whatever. No, you folks are making yourselves look bad. You're overlooking the killers that are out slaughtering, maybe for some of you, kidnapping kids to make money and everything. You want to push that to the side and you want to come after somebody and wreck their life for calling someone beautiful or commenting on their clothes. You look nice today, Yeah, yeah. Well, we got him. He's sitting there. It ain't nothing about your bodies. You're a bunch of animals, anyways. I was just trying to be polite and lift some of you women up that have just been beaten and bashed, used like a wet paper towel. And then they want to come at me. He said I was beautiful. He what? He said I was beautiful. I looked good. My God, crucify him. Yeah. You folks have a good day. Be safe. Keep an eye on your weather. Keep an eye on your kids. And quit trying to scam people and get them into lawsuit. You can get in trouble for that. When you slander. No, I didn't wreck your life, idiots. You wrecked your own by putting it all out on YouTube. I ain't worried about crap because my whole life is an open book and a movie. So I'm not worried about nothing. Not a dang thing. I don't break the laws. I stay within the laws of Social Security and disability. I'm thankful that Social Security or disability is helping me. I'm thankful the government gave me a card or whatever it is to get food or whatever. I'm thankful for that. But you folks fail to remember I worked my whole life and never got a dime from nobody. And you want to crucify me for having to go ahead and collect because the doctors say it's over with. The labor, the everything, the hard labor, the physical, mental stuff, you're done. You're broke down. You got a disability. And you people want to push us to the side and overlook us and sweep us under the carpet. Reminds me of that idiot in Germany. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. I got work to do. I'll be back later here, 2, 3, 4 hours or something. And remember, we're supposed to be our brother's keepers. But if you believe in God, you're nuts. That's what the professionals said. You understand? The professional doctors. It's not real. Take this medication. So we're screwed we're danged if we do, we're danged if we don't. So I choose to obey the laws of Social Security. I don't make a dime off of YouTube, not one dime. I don't know how to. I only know how to make money with my hands and mind. I'm just the one with the imagination. Now, you folks have a good day. Keep an eye on the weather, family. Love everybody. Quit attacking people on YouTube for their opinions. Quit attacking people for asking questions. And they are good questions in some of these chats. But why do we get kicked out of them? Because you're asking the right questions. It ain't because you're asking the wrong question. In a murder case of girls, little girls, there is no wrong theory. There is no wrong scenario. And everybody is a suspect. Now, you folks have a good day. Love everybody.